Canada receives thousands of incoming international students each year, and the CBSA wants to make sure they have all the right information. I am Officer Cloutier with the Canada Border Service Agency, and we are here in the Voluntary Compliance Office in Secondary, which is where you must get your study permit after you enter into Canada. Remember that your visa to enter Canada and your study permits are two different documents and requirements. First, you must enter through our primary inspection line, and then your eligibility for your study permit is determined here by a different Border Services officer. Quick tip, if you are entering into Canada at an airport that is not your final destination, remember to leave enough time in your domestic layover to get your study permit. You are required to get your study permit at the location of your first entry, no matter where you plan to study.
Living life every day, late at night.
Hello guys, this is your girl Flaky and you are welcome back to the channel. So guys, thank you all for always coming back to watch my videos, and if this is your first time on this channel, you know what to do, right? Just click that subscribe button and turn on your post notification so that you can be getting infos as I upload on this channel. And welcome, and just relax, have a seat and enjoy with us. So guys, today I am going to present a speech. This is a welcome speech to all international students, especially the Canadians, the incoming Canadian citizen. This is not to say I'm not greeting people that are going to the USA or the UK. You all are welcome on board, but this is special to the incoming Canadians. Welcome guys, welcome and welcome again. And if you're still back at home but you're planning to come, I pray that you have a safe trip down here in the name of Jesus. So this is that time of the year where international schools all over the world receive an influx of students. This is like the most popular session, September session. A lot of students come in and you guys are welcome. But before you get into the hustle and bustle of school, the euphoria, the tension, the joy, the everything that comes with studying abroad, before you start posting, before you start flagging, before you get overwhelmed, I have a speech that I'm going to deliver to you, and I hope this would help you through your stay, because I'm your senior, right? I'm your senior. So with the little that I've seen, I'm going to give you some tips that will help you in settling in Canada and that can actually help you navigate your ways while here studying in Canada. Number one tip, this is if you're still back home and you're planning to come. Your documents are important. Guys, never pack your document last. It should be the number one thing you pack in your bags. Your document should be at the bottom of your box. That is the number one. At the back, in short, not the bottom of your box. Your bag, your backpack, or your hand luggage, it should be there or inside, depending on who you are and how you can manage your stuffs. If you are a woman, you can decide to pack in your handbag or your backpack, but your document is your number one priority. You don't want to forget that and pack food and clothes. No, you do not want to get to that point. Your documents, your letter of introduction. Guys, I know you've gotten your visa approved and you are really happy you want to come in, but guys, you are not in until you are in. You are not in until you are in. You still have a hurdle to pass. The last stage of your journey is at the CBSC. That is at the border, at the port of entry. These people are empowered to either send you back home or to let you come into Canada. So don't be afraid, or don't be tensioned. I know the best is going to happen to you, but you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. You have to have the knowledge of what it is that you have to answer, because when you are asked some questions and you couldn't give a response or a good response, you might get sent back. So to avoid the stories that touches the heart, you need to keep some things in place, keep them in check. Your letter of introduction is really important, guys. You have to have that with you. Every document that is personal, like we do in Nigeria, in other parts of the world, in Africa generally, your school certifications, it doesn't matter if it is a primary school, Pack all your certifications, all your documents. They are your most treasured documents, like your most treasured belongings. Pack everything in your file and put in order of priority your Canadian stuffs, everything that has to do with your application. Put it up on your file, on your folder. Letter of introduction will be asked at the port of entry. You cannot even skip that. You need that. So it is important. You can print like 3 copies if you want. Scatter it, put it in different places, in your box, in your handbag, in your luggage. Put it everywhere you think it's possible for you to put it so that it will be handy, and when it is needed, you can actually tender it straight and forward. Second thing you have to put in mind is that your accommodation. Where are you staying the moment you land in Canada? You can't tell them you are coming here and you do not have an apartment, especially for people that are, you're hustling and you want to like get it. You don't want to even book Airbnb. It will save you a lot, guys. You need to book Airbnb or shall book accommodation. If you cannot get an apartment before coming in, book at least 3 nights or even 2 nights. Shall make sure there is a place you are laying your head the moment you come in, because they want to see that. They need to see that. Have the evidence, have the receipt on your phone if you don't have the hard copy. They might ask you, when the moment you land here, where are you sleeping? Where are you staying? They don't want to know how many months you are staying there or how many days. But where are you staying? At least. So add the address. And if you're staying with someone, maybe you have a friend here or you have a family member here or anyone at all that you're going to come here and live with, have the address. These people go to the length of confirming the address. They go to the length of confirming if you actually book an hotel and you've paid. Because some people will book and cancel and you think you can use that same address. It doesn't work that way. Please be sure and try to be genuine in whatever thing you're doing. These things are the things you actually need. So why lie about it? You don't need to lie about it. Book your accommodation ahead of time. It is so much important. Have the proof of your payment. Your tuition deposit, have the proof. And also have the proof of how you're going to pay the remaining part of the fee. I'm very sure most people do not pay all the fees upfront. So you have some parts left behind that you have to pay, even if it's just a token. You should have a proof. And guys, if you're using a sponsor and they ask you how much have you paid, you show them. How do you intend to pay the other part of the fees? If it is a sponsor, you tell them you have a sponsor. Guys, if na agent run the package for you, please have all your details here to avoid stories that touch. Have all your details here. They will ask you, your sponsor, is it your uncle or your auntie? Your information cannot be different. Your agent cannot put uncle when he was applying or she was applying for you, and you came here and they ask you who is your sponsor and you say your sister. You don't mess things up. Oh. Please have the direct information, have correct information. You don't want to miss that out. Asking you who your sponsor is and you're telling them different things from what is on your profile. They have your life right before them. They can verify. As you're talking to them, you're speaking, they're asking you questions, they have everything to verify from that. They just wanted to know if you have the correct information or not. And the moment you start speaking what is not, they know that something is definitely wrong. So guys, you don't want to miss that part. Everything that you need at that point is important. That is the first part, and that was the most important part, because the moment you enter into Canada, the moment those people say, okay, come in, you can go in, you're welcome, that face is gone, totally gone.
Hello, this is Officer El Khoury from the CBSA. Are you planning to enter Canada as an international student? If so, be prepared when you arrive at the airport. To receive your study permit, you must have the following documents on hand: a valid travel document such as a passport, letter of introduction from IRCC, proof of acceptance or enrollment in a designated learning institution, proof of tuition fees paid, proof of sufficient funds to support your stay, medical exam results in certain cases. People who wish to study in Quebec must have a Quebec acceptance certificate. You will receive your study permit at the first port of entry, even if you have a connecting flight. For more information, visit our website.
The second phase is when you're settling, guys. Don't feel like now I'm in Canada, yeah, now I'm welcome, now I'm an international student, I can do as I like. Guys, there are terms and conditions on your visa. Please do not think because I've entered. I see people do that a lot here. I have people that do that actually. My prayer for them is that they will not have cause to regret. Don't say it doesn't concern me. All the rules they put, all the restrictions on your visa, they are important. If they tell you you cannot do this, don't do it. And if you think what they put there is not okay, like it's not general, it's not for other people, it's just you can actually, like, there's a way around it. You can complain about that and it can be reworked. They will give it, if it is a mistake, they can change that. There's a way to change that.
Once you receive your study permit, please ensure you verify all information and correct any errors before you leave the student processing area. Thanks for watching.
But rules that are common, like do not work past your hours, do not work in this segment of the economy, you don't want to say that doesn't concern you. It concerns you because after school there is still life after school. So don't think I'm in already, and when I finish my study then I can. No, your plan to remain starts now. So whatever actions you're taking now, you should like have the end in mind that one day they're going to bring out your file. Have you done what you're not supposed to do? It might speak against you when you're supposed to get your next means of staying back. Maybe your PGWP or your PR or your citizenship. These people have records, so do not take that lightly. They have records, so you don't want to like say I will do this and it will not happen, it will not matter. It will. People go scot free sometimes, in some cases, but you don't want to like even go down that lane because you can never tell what might happen. You can never tell. So that is the second most important things, guys. Do not disregard any information on your visa. Do not disregard it. It is important. It is really, really important. Thirdly, guys, with the people you mingle with when you came into Canada, the moment you come into Canada, the people you associate yourself with will go far. It will determine a lot of things about you. Once you're in, try to look for, if you're African, try to look for African communities, churches, mosques, some environment. There are some places in Canada that are basically like blacks. There are some places in Canada that are basically like Nigerians. The place where I currently live in Montreal is like, this is a Nigerian dominated. It's not as if I wanted to, but yes, there is some kind of belongings that you get. So this is more like I'm in Nigeria because this area is filled up with so many Nigerians, both Igbo, all the tribes in Nigeria. They are here. They are here. Like they are full for here. We full ground for here. So things like that, you get some kind of support because you guys know each other. You can relate. You know where you're coming from. You get information from them. And while mixing with your fellow Africans or from your fellow countrymen, please be mindful of advices. They are called advice for a reason. Nobody is imposing anything on you. They will give you advice, but you need to shovel it. What works for you? What works for me? What you pick the ones that you know it's better, that will be beneficial to you. You don't just assimilate everything. Do this, you do that. Do that, you do this. You don't do everything they advise you to. Just you know yourself, right? So know what works for you and take those advices and apply it to your life. I can assure you your settlement will be easy peasy. It will not be all rosy, but it will be easy. Settling in will not be stressful once you have those kind of support and you're able to like pick from advices that you're given. This is okay with me, this is not. It will be very, very convenient for you to settle. So lest I forget, part of the document that you need to get, especially for women, all these documents of change of name, see, anything can pop up at any point in time. You might even need it for some things that are not particularly Canadians. For people like us that are working in a paid employment, when we need to get like maybe our pensions, there are some documents that you will need. They will ask you to provide proof. Snap. If you have it back home, maybe you don't even know where you keep it. You have to like come with all of your documents. It doesn't matter maybe they are Nigerian documents. Come with all of your documents. They would be important for you. You will need them. Change of name, newspaper publication, everything that you have to do with women stuff, right? Changing of, you know, you don't have the same name as you have on your certificate. You might want to do a lot of things and you will need it. So come with those. Before I forgot that, so I need to chip that in. The next on the list, guys, is do not follow the crowd. You don't want to do that. Do not follow the crowd. You know what works for you. See, and don't come here and start doing yafu yafu. Start doing I don't arrive. Especially if if you are self-sponsored. Hey, you know, say back home, your mama no dey send you money, your papa no dey send you money. You know why you're here, and guys, self-sponsoring is not easy. It's not beans. So you have to like maintain low key. You will live large when the time comes. You don't have to like start living out large at the start. In fact, if you have a lot of money that you come with that can sustain you for 6 months, don't say you want to like spend it just for 6 months. You can actually extend that life cycle of the money to 1 year if it is possible. See, go for minimal accommodation, conducive, right, but not expensive. Go for the affordable ones. Don't say you want to live in mighty house even as a student when you are not Barack Obama's child, you are not Tinubu's son or daughter. You know where you're coming from. Please just go low key for the main time until you can buga. Go low key. Please go low key. Live like a king with sense. You don't have to be extravagant before you live large. You just have to know what are the costs that you can reduce and what are the costs that you just have to incur. The ones you don't have to incur, please don't incur it. It's not necessary. Nobody's even watching out for you. Here, nobody cares. Everybody on their own lane. We all come here for a purpose. We all come here for different reasons. Everybody doing their own business and minding their business. Nobody's looking at you. So you should be on your own, know who you are, and do what works for you. Do not follow the crowd. Do not chase clouds. Hey, do not chase clouds, oh my people. You know why we are here, right? So that's my advice. And on the aspect of jobs, the moment you come in, guys, as a student, you have a limit of work you can do. And most organizations here, they want full-time staff. Don't come in and start doing buga. I work in the bank. I was a manager. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. See, all your naira will finish in how many months when you start converting it to dollar. You need dollar to survive in a dollar country. So you need to get a job as quick as possible. Thank God when we got in, I got a job a week after. Like I don't even have to wait. I got a job a week after, and I started like the beginning of the month that follows the month we enter. We entered almost ending of January. I started working February 1st. So like God made it easier for me, and that was because I wasn't like particularly saying I'm not doing this kind of job. I know where I'm coming from. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. Because most of these jobs that you don't want to do are the ones that take part-timers. Restaurants, hospitality business in general. Hospitality business takes a lot of students because their shifts are somehow flexible. They have flexible hours you can work with. So they are mostly the ones that will take international students and take students normally. So you can go for such jobs while you look out for the bigger ones. Don't start coming in and start for me, I'm a big man, I'm a big woman. Don't form pamper. Otherwise, your naira will finish and you'll be stranded. Remember that bills here are not joking and they are monthly. Some are weekly. You have to buy groceries. How long will your naira sustain you? So, guys, this is like the ideas I can come with for now, and I'm very sure this will help you. And if you find this interesting, or if you find it insightful, or you find it helpful, please click the subscribe button, like, share, and forward to either your family members or anybody that you know that is coming to study abroad. This will be really helpful to them. And thank you guys, and you're welcome to my TED Talk. Till I come your way again, I remain your girl, Folake. Bye. See you in my next video.